Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and thereby the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf. It's coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And hey, just one of those hookups, man, to just show, signs of America's falling, man. This Babylon juice that they've been pushing around, that wine, getting everybody else drunk. But this country singer, it says she slated worst national anthem ever. Says she was drunk and is heading to rehab. Like, damn, you had a one bad singing night. She said she was drunk though, but hey, the whole world is drunk off the Babylonian juice of America, man. So let's play the video. And she sounds horrible. The song is already whack as hell. They should have been done a remix of that shit. But she sounds horrible. When I seen it, I'm just like, yep, that's a sign of the fall of America right here. Your good old country singer that would have put her all in heart. She would have been practicing that shit for months and months on end, knowing that she was supposed to perform. And she would have had done her best for the country. This would have been, women of the yesteryear, so to speak, but not these days. She's out here just, there was a time when you wouldn't even seen so-called white women out in public like this, man. But anyway, let's play it. Okay, so there you have it, man. Hey, that's horrible, bro. But hey, that's an example of America, man. It says the singer-songwriter, her name is Ingrid Andress, never heard of her before, whose performance at the MLB Home Run Derby was labeled the worst national anthem ever. It says she was drunk and is checking herself into a rehab facility. And a message posted across her social media accounts, the 32-year-old wrote, I'm not going to bullshit y'all. I was drunk last night. Well, see, where's the, where's that American woman? Where's that, that woman that used to have that dress on, with the little apron on and shit, and just baking little apple pies, waiting on her husband to get home, handing him his pipe, and his slippers and shit. Where's the Leave It to Beaver moms? Where are those so-called white women at today? That done. That whole thing of America is gone. And if that's what Trump is talking about, making America great again, that's not coming back, bro. None of that's coming back. You got a bunch of damn drug heads, a bunch of a bunch of idolaters, a bunch of damn adulterers, a bunch of ABCDEFG people. This place is through. There's no coming back, baby. Matter of fact, let me grab this one right here real quick, this scripture. Jeremiah 51:8. It says, Babylon is suddenly falling and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. And America's not about to be healed, man. This place is through. The Lord gave it a time limit. He gave it a border. And of course, that border is done. I mean, he's coming to that point of he can't go no further, man. The clock is running down. And that's why he's coming out with, with great rap, that Revelation 12:12. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. See, this right here is a complete embarrassment. Somebody had to have known. Like, why would you send her out there? If she was that twisted, Why would you? You know, I know the show must go on, but I'm sure they could have had a backup. Hell, anybody from the crowd, they could have gave somebody an opportunity from the stands to come out and sing that shit. Better than that. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So Esau, the so-called white man, he's getting really sloppy because he's moving real fast now, you know, and he's starting to be like, I don't care. I don't even care. Who cares if they see it? Who cares if they know that I'm fucking them around? I'm gonna do it anyway because there's nothing they can do about it. Anyway, though, let's go back. Let's see, because this is horrible, man. This is horrible. She says, I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. That was not me last night. I apologize to the MLB, all the fans in this country I love so much for that rendition. I'll let y'all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun. Yeah, She's just saying that shit. And she might go for a little bit just to shake this bullshit. Because if you selling albums, you know, that right there, that right there would have killed any chance of you ever getting another show ever. It says her performance before the baseball game at the Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. And that's, that's the heart of America too, boy. That's your good old Arlington, Texas. It says had caused many viewers to say it was the worst version of the Star Spangled Banner they'd ever heard at a major sporting event. Her a cappella rendition was tonally fluid and was quickly pilloried on social media on Monday. My ears are bleeding. One of the worst national anthem renditions ever. Well, I guess, you know, generally, you know, they'll have a Negro singing it. But, you know, of course, that's again, that's Texas, Arlington. You know them. You know you already know what land that is. It says this is what a Grammy nominee made by autotune sounds like. Without autotune or musical accompaniment, a cappella, her career could be wrecked. Yet another remark. He said Joe Biden could have sang it better. Yeah, he probably could have. Some even beg, just please don't try to sing our national anthem ever again. That Ingrid Andress national anthem might have been the worst thing to happen in America in the last 48 hours. Referring to the assassination attempt against Teflon Don. Said, yeah, not a good week for ears. No, it ain't been. Hey, it's about to get worse for y'all. Others compared her performance to Fergie's 2018 at an NBA game, which has been denounced as one of the worst versions for years. Now critics are saying they would have preferred Fergie's rendition. With all due respect, I mean, this sincerely, this is the worst anthem I've ever heard. Fergie would have been an upgrade. Okay. Others posted memes of people celebrating, suggesting Fergie would be thrilled at the Monday's rendition. Fergie seeing Ingrid Andress dethrone her for worst national anthem performance. Yeah. And this is the song that they're, you know, they get so mad that you Negroes don't want to sing if you don't want to sing it. You know, they get upset and tell you to go back to Africa and, you know, if you don't like it here, go to another country. And, you know, that's when you get all that shit, you know, because you don't want to sing their song. But, hey, this right here, though, let me get this scripture, too. I seen this and I was like, yep, just another sign that this place is through. See, we see things like this through the spirit, man. That's a spiritual thing right there, man. When you got a so-called white woman, blonde, blue-eyed white woman, you know what I'm saying, the epitome of what beauty is like. And when you go back years before, you know, decades back, or say like her mother or her well, I would probably have to say she's 32 years old, maybe her mother though, or her grandmother for sure. In her grandmother's days, you know, there was women were respectable. They was for sure not out and about, damn drinking all night and doing damn drugs and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong. You had little whorehouses and, you know, little juke joints and shacks and wherever the hell they would go and hang out and probably drink some damn moonshine or whatever. You know, you always had those kind, but it wasn't your regular as far as a norm. You know, as far as like women just in general, you know, women, you know, people would kind of look down on a person like that. But you thinking like you about to go and perform in front of your American citizens on a world stage where this supposedly be one of the best performances of your life. Because if anybody, when it comes to that damn anthem, man, people go hard for it, especially black people. So-called black people go hard as hell for that song. They be blowing the pipes from way within, man, when it comes to Esau's bullshit song. But this is Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and a 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And this is what we're witnessing, man. Because America's too divided to actually stand. The scripture says that a nation divided cannot stand. The Lord actually said that, man. Let's get that. He literally said that, a kingdom divided cannot stand. This place is about to go to civil war, man. You got so-called white people that don't like so-called white people, and they can't get along, and they can't even agree to even just make the basic things happen for their country to actually run smooth. They arguing and bickering over the smallest, minute shit. They can't make a decision on nothing. Holding each other up, knowing that things need to be done, knowing things need to be fixed. But each side is bickering about how it's going to be done, and it carries on, and carries on, and carries on, and nobody's getting anything done. Which is a beautiful thing to me. I love it. Matthew 12:25, and Yahweh knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. See? And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? This place is too divided. You got the damn man against the woman. You got the LGBTQ against the straight people. You got the damn the whites against the blacks. You got the whites against the whites are against every damn body. Even themselves, they're against they against the Chinese. They against everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just against everything. So it's all divided, man. It's all divided up. America's not going to be great again. They're not going to be able to build America back better. These people don't even have sense enough to say, hey, you know what? Let us chill on all the war shit. Let us get our country together, and then we can go back to fighting. They don't even have sense enough of that. Your morale is down. Your citizens don't want to join your militaries. You know what I'm saying? No one's patriotic. So it's a lot that's going on, man, that's taking this place down. But I mean, it's the Lord, of course, and we're watching it. So it's actually a blessing to be able to see this place fall. See? I'm watching the news in the backdrop right now with Kamala Harris. Her ass is here in Michigan after Joe Biden ass was here. Because they want Biden out of there. They even divided in within they they little parties and shit. They want Biden ass out of there. Because they already know, man. You Democrats, y'all can cut it out, man. After Teflon Don caught that scraping to his ear, that pretty much solidified him as president. Y'all can forget about it. He's out here, looking like, Superman right now. He's sitting around at these conferences and shit, just sitting there. He loves the attention that he's getting. Even the so-called white man, hell, I'll be at the at the plantation shit. Them Edomites out there, man, they proud as hell right now. That actually gave them a boost. So they put a battery in their back, seeing that Trump, you know what I'm saying, survived the little set. They looking at this guy like he's our God. He's gonna really get us out of what we're in. They really believe that. So just think. If this, just civil war, pretty much overall. And that's what this is all boiling down to. So I'm going to end out there. I just seen this right here, and I thought it was very, very funny that she was standing there, Matter of fact, let's get, because there was a politician the other day. He said that, he wants to take things back to the 1960s. Let me see. Let me just put in, I'm going to put in images of the 1960s. Let's see what pops up. Let's see. So here you go right here. You see a lot of black and white pictures and shit. See, this right here was that time right here. What was her name? Jacqueline Onassis Kennedy. See? See how those women were dressed? They all had on dresses and stuff. You know, they were all modest and stuff. They wasn't wearing no damn jeans, some cut up ass jeans, you know what I'm saying? Out drunk as hell. They have a martini. You know, this was that time period when they was kind of going real hard about promoting cigarettes and shit like that. But overall, you know, this was you know, your typical Edomite living. Look at this dude, them damn shorts all up on his nipples. That was your Edomite your Edomite living. See, this right here was your, you know, your average Edomite woman right here. This right here. See? This was your typical Edomite woman back in the, you know. This is what they want to take it back to. And, you know, of course, they started to get, you know, the bathing suit, I think, around, you know, started to come in. They started to get a little bit more slinkier about, you know, their dress and stuff. But this was a time period right here that's not coming back. And even though, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, of course, you know, women were still doing what they was doing. It was just more of a modest time. That's all. See? This was your typical so-called white woman right here. And why, when you put in 1960s, why is there so many of these pictures with so-called white people? You know, I seen a couple that had some Jake in it. But typically, this was your, you know, this was Esau's living. That's why you see so many photos when you put in images of the 1960s. What you're pretty much overall seeing is so-called white people. So-called white people was living it up back then, man. This was a good time for them. They was making money. This was when the women were at home. They were taking care of their children. See that? It's your typical so-called white woman from back then. They wasn't working no jobs. Their husbands worked the jobs. The man was the head of the household. You know, their children were in order. You might have had that one or two that was, you know, because Esau always kind of been wild as hell. I'm just saying that, you know, it was more of a modest time. But, you know, you had that period time. That was probably like the time period of the hot rod getting big. You know, you had the motherfuckers wearing a leather jacket, slicking his goddamn hair back with a bunch of petroleum, you know, out here trying to be the damn Fonz. You know, you had that. And that was pretty much about the start of kind of like the real downfall and decay of this place. So that was the start. Pretty much that was the start of Esau's kingdom falling. So he's pretty much at a full-fledged crash right now. Like seriously, because look, this right here, man. This was like, what we looking at, like 2 generations ago. This is how far Esau has fallen, man, from his glory. Look at this. So-called white people was out here doing it, man. Shit. This is them out at their little parties and shit, trying to twist and shout. You know, probably dancing to some damn Little Richard or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, like I said, you know, Jake was doing a thing, but here you go. See, this was the other side of things. This was the other side of things in the 60s, right? This is what we was going through. You know, you marching through the streets. I am a man. You got to let another man know that you are a man. And look at the military with them goddamn guns. See, this is Esau. This was this was probably like the last part of his kingdom where he was on top. Let's see, of course, you know, you had you know, your Martin Luther King. It was a lot of marches going on. See, so it was a complete night and day when it came to so-called black people back then and so-called white people. And don't get me wrong, you know, Jake, they had their little thing going on. You know, they would little parties and be able to have a good time. You know, this was the last generation of pretty much us having like fathers in the home. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, Esau cut into that shit. You know what I'm saying? But see, all that shit backfired on them. So everything that we was going through, they're pretty much kind of going through right now, other than that hardcore slavery. But that's coming in the future. See, there a lot of the things that they was doing to us is starting to be reversed. But that's funny. I just put in the 1960s. As a matter of fact, if you let me put in the 1950s. Let's go back another decade. And you can pretty much see from the 1960s, like 1970, that's when they, shit was starting. Women was wearing more pants. They were showing their shapes. And shit was starting to get, the drug scene. A lot of marijuana was being smoked. So that was the decline. From the 1960s, I think that was probably like their best time of or the height before their fall. Okay, so here you go to 1950s. You had your Elvis Presley and shit. He was out here whack as hell. But this was the time of, that American heartthrob. You had your little icons. People wanted to be movie stars. I want to be famous. But this was typically your American way right here. This was your typical so-called white woman right here. Glamorous, real feminine, real ladylike, real smooth moves, really soft voice. Now you got motherfuckers out here, hey, bruh. So this was it. And I wanted to show this because, it went from, this is what it used to be like, to a woman standing on a national stage, drunk as hell, trying to sing the damn national anthem. Looking like a goddamn fool. But like I said again, here, this was the time. This, when women were feminine. See? 1950s. Look at that. This was your typical so-called white woman right here. You don't see that no more. That's them days is gone. That's a wrap right there. Look at that. There you go right there, look. Hair done, you know what I'm saying? Always, was made up and looking nice for their man. Trying to make him feel comfortable at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was your typical pulling up. That they had the 2-car garage. Hey, Esau was living. So this is what they missed. And this right here was really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the days of, Trump and Biden and them. Hey, man, let me, this is 1950s. Let me see. Joe Biden is, I think, what, like 81? He would have been in like his 30s back then. He was balling out of control. Trump was probably about 25-ish, 27. They was out here living, man. Living. Money was actually kind of worth something then. A little bit more than what it's worth now. Anyway, though, hey, I just wanted to just touch on this, man. I didn't expect to go into it like this. But, hey, this right here is educational. Now, all of a sudden, you living in this time period, and your damn president is ex-president is being, motherfuckers want to take his life. They want to take Teflon Don's life out here. And them the same white women, the so-called white women, them older white women that's in the backdrop, them same white women that used to dress like that. Now they out here, in some jeans and shit, looking crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Stomach overlapping, just it's just over with, man. This right here, I don't know who. Her publicist, her agent, somebody, her mama, her daddy, somebody had to been there with her and said, look, just chill. She's not going to be able to make it. She's sick. Somebody should have said that. Because you done possibly wrecked your career with that performance. But with that, I pray to less it was edifying. Kwam Yashala, the Bible Ball.